Yeah, today Henry and I are at Chesapeake Boat Basin, and we're on the Boston Whaler 330 Outrage 2019 model. This is the boat that I decided I want to purchase. So we're doing a little walkthrough today, just so I can have some stuff to look at until my boat comes in, because it's very exciting. All right, so what we'll do, we'll start here. It has a nice side entrance door, tuna door or dive door, that has a nice stop that holds it in place once you open it, and then it folds around. It has a nice big hinge for locking, and then when you open the door, it has this pop-out handrail that folds and locks in place, and the ladder is being stored in the head that plugs into this nice stainless steel plate that folds over the side, so you can get in and out of the boat when you're swimming, diving. Or also, if you have a huge cobia or a tuna or a shark or marlin you want to pull over, you got plenty of room to pull the fish in. You've got cup holders, house pipe combo, 14 rod holders that are stamped with the Boston Whaler logo. Instead of having the Miami Lee's Miami logo on our rod holders, this has Boston Whaler logo on it. Very nice. Let's see, let's go back through. Here's another transom door, nice hardware, and it has twin. This particular boat has the V8 Verados, which are new. I think this is the second year they've had those out now, versus the inline 6 supercharger Verados. These are, I believe, 4.3 or 4.6 liter V8s. It has a transom boarding ladder, swim ladder, and there's enough space, walking space, so we can walk across the transom. It has a pull-out freshwater shower, so you come in from swimming, you want to rinse off some salt water or whatever, sand, wash this. It has a transom in the center of the boat, a transom 50-gallon live well that opens up very easily. It has rounded corners, circulating. I believe it, yeah, it's lighted, has lights in it. We'll make sure it had a light in it. And then, speaking of keep on the transom, we have the combing pad pulls up underneath. You pull out nice and easy with big beefy stainless steel hinges. A transom seat that's big enough. I'm 5'9", almost 5'10". I weigh 180, 185, and got plenty more room for another person the same size as me sitting right next to me. Nice seat. So if you're cruising out or coming back in from a long day, you got a nice place to rest and enjoy the ride. Or if you're just day cruising with the family and you just, going up and down the river, nice seating. And it's very easy to put back up. Bungee cord latches in place, so then when you go underway at full speed, a lot of times you see boats, this cushion will flop up in the wind, so the bungee cord keeps it in place. Has a raw water and a freshwater hose bib. Nice big, I think this is a 10-inch cleat for your house pipe, for your dock line. Very heavy duty and they got behind this, what you don't see is this product called Whaler board, and it's behind this, and it's very substantial, very strong, doesn't rot, and it just, you feel like you could lift this boat up by this cleat if you wanted to. It's very nice. It has 4 2-inch drains parallel to each other for a total of 4 scuppers that drain water overboard. And so also here you have a transom compartment for a 5-gallon bucket. But the boat, when I ordered the boat that I'm going to get in, we're going to build a tackle compartment here with pulled out plain old tackle boxes. Okay, staying with the transom, we're going to the bilge access door. Comes up. This is a very substantial door, but the shocks, the struts they use, this door comes up by itself. It almost, you know, if you don't watch out, it could throw you overboard. It comes up, so it's got a lot of, you know, very. Look at this. This comes up very nice. Very little effort to get that lifted up. And look at this. I'm 5'10", right? 185. Look at this room I have in here. I can kneel down in here. Get to your batteries very easily. All your water pumps for your live well, your macerator pumps for your fish boxes, hydraulic steering pump for your motors, bilge pumps, your through hole fittings, your sonar. You got a 40-gallon water tank, fresh water tank here, and then up forward of that is the 300-gallon fuel tank. It has 300 gallons of fuel. That's another reason I chose to go with this boat, because in the 30 to 33 foot class boats, this has the 300-gallon tank. A lot of times you get, like, for example, the competitor that I looked at was the Cobia 320. It had a 285-gallon fuel tank. Now you're talking 15 gallons, you know, well, I don't know, for me, the more fuel I can get on the boat, the better. Because when I go offshore to the Norfolk Canyon and other areas off the coast of Virginia and North Carolina, you know, the continental shelf, out there in the Gulf Stream, I want to make sure I have plenty of fuel for whatever. That's just my personal preference. Because when I'm taking my kids out, I just want to make sure that, you know, you can't mess around with the ocean. You got to make sure you can plan, you can make the best plans, but things can come up. You just always want to make sure you have enough fuel. And that's why I want to get a boat with at least 300 gallons of fuel. This has a nice aft facing seat. A lot of people call this the mezzanine seat. Very comfortable. Sit here while you're waiting. Let's say you're bottom fishing for sharks, or you're out shark fishing, or you're fishing for cobia and you're using fish finders, and you know, you're just sitting out there waiting for them to hit. You know, nice place to sit. Or if you're trolling and you're underway, nice place to sit and just watch the baits, watch the rods, and watch the action while you're trolling. Also, there, with this seat out, there's an option for a bow, an aft table that goes right here. So with this seat out and this seat and the table right here, you can sit here and eat sandwiches, have lunch, cocktail drinks, whatever you desire. Underneath this seat is an insulated cooler. You could get the option of converting this into another live well, but when I ordered the boat, I'm not going to choose that option, because now this is a nice boat, but for me, when I want to get my bait, this, you know, having this seat like this, it'd be a pain in the ass to get the bait out of the live well. So I'm gonna leave this as a cooler, and just use a live well. It comes 50-gallon live well for me is plenty. I don't need to have twin live wells, 4 live wells. This one good live well is good for my type of fishing. So the seat here, you pull out, comes down, folds into a nice usable workstation or a table, make sandwiches, whatever, or you rig your baits. If you, underneath the seat has a pull-out cutting board that has the hole cut out that fits right onto this piece of polymer there and locks it in place so don't slide around, so you can cut stuff without messing up the top of, you know, your tabletop. So, put that back in place. Okay, and we'll fold this back up. Once again, Boston Weather has very nice, substantial stainless steel hinges, hardware throughout the boat. Gel coat, look at the gel coat finish. Even their hatches, go on the other side, Henry, look at this. Now, no, this is a table that they use right? That's just exposed to people looking at it. But even their hatches that you don't see all the time are finished the same way. Very nice. The fabric that they use, what's the number I'm looking for? Not the gauge or the thickness, but the vinyl that they use is very heavy. It has, I believe this is called French stitching. Very nice upholstery. Very well done. It's almost like looking at a luxury car. You can use this behind for the console. You can stand up or fold these down and you come right sit up here. It has footrest integrated into the console with non-skid. It has armrest that's collapsible on both sides and in the middle. This particular boat has the Raymarine Axiom XL hybrid touchscreen electronics with radar, down vision, 3D vision, side scan. Graphics are very good. The boat that I'm going to order is going to have the side scan, the down vision. It's also going to have the 3D sonar, very high definition, and also the FLIR camera, or the FLIR infrared camera. So for night vision, because I do a lot of night fishing, and I want to be able to safely navigate through the rivers or coming into the inlets, and we'll be able to see all the pylons and the crab buoys or crab pot buoys. Anything that's in the water, you'll be able to see as if it was daytime. This dash pad on this console is very, it's like an F-350 Lariat pickup truck. I mean, it is very nice. You don't see this much on boats. Very high quality. Compass in line with the helm, the steering wheel. Of course, it has the tilt wheel, stainless steel. It has the trim tab, the remote control for the spotlight. It has automatic pilot. It has the dual controls for the Mercury Verados. It has a 7-inch vessel view tells you your RPMs, your fuel usage, everything you want to know about your motors are on the vessel view. You can also transfer this vessel view up to your big screen and have it much bigger so it's easier to read. All your buttons for your horn, your forward bilge pump, your aft bilge pump, your auxiliary bilge, your vent, washer, wipers, navigation lights, courtesy lights, map lights, flood lights, UW lights, the underwater lights are in the transom, your windlass power. You control you turn this on, then you control your windlass up and down, but it also has a controller up front. Your freshwater pump, wash down pump. I don't know what the forward LW stands for, or the aft LW. I don't know what these are. I have to look those up. But this particular boat also comes equipped with the cordless handheld radio. This is your Raymarine VHF radio. This one is cordless, works off Bluetooth. The charging port. Has your stereo system, which is controlled here, but your CD changer is in the head. Has a glove compartment with chargers for your phones. It has a USB port, and then of course your typical charger or your adapter. The plexiglass on this electronics box up here is designed as a rear view mirror. Okay, it has a very high gloss finish or high reflective finish and it's angled to where I can sit here in the boat and I can actually see very clearly everything behind me as if it's a rear view mirror. And it has the friction hinges. I believe those are Gem Lux, but I know they're friction hinges because you can feel it when you open it, the pressure, and it stays put when you open it, so that's very convenient. and it's lockable. It has canvas zip bags that are snapped into the hardtop for your life jackets and your throwable life ring. It also has a hatch in the hardtop with an integrated ladder on the rails of the hardtop, so you can climb up, and if you had you can access your top, or if you want to put a cobia tower or some kind of spotting tower up top, that's how you'd access your get on top of your hardtop. This has the Taco outriggers. I don't know what model these are, but this is the model number off the top of my head. But you can control the outrigger by turning them in and out, and then also you can crank these to raise and lower them, so you can do everything in the safety of your cockpit, so you don't have to climb up on your gunnels, get on top, and try to adjust them while you're out in the ocean when you got, let's say, 8-9 foot swell, 10-foot swells, which are not hard. But then if you have chop on top of your swells, it can make, it can get a little hairy when you're up there trying to adjust your outriggers when when the ocean is churning. Coming up into the bow, we have this real nice lounge seat in front of the console with armrests that raise and lower, cup holders. Like I said, I'm 5'10", okay? Look at all this room. Very, very nice. Two grown adults, or two full-grown adults can sit here nicely, very comfortably on the seat. Okay, staying with this seat, you pull this lock, comes up, look at that. And this is a very substantial lid. This thing is heavy, and it's very no effort at all to lower it or to raise it. Okay, but look at this. To give you a scale of how big this compartment is underneath the seat, it's like it's almost, it's like as big as, not the same shape, but is as big as a coffin box and like a contender or a regulator. This is a substantial box. It has fold-up rod holders that can hold up to 16 rods, and they go through these slits that are cut into the console that have these nylon bristles to help hold and protect your finish of your rods or your outriggers. These particular poles are for your sunshades that the boat comes with. You can put all your cushions in here. You can put your day bags in here. It has bucket holders. It has a drain. Hell, if it got rough, you get caught in a bad storm, and I don't know. You could get out of the weather if you needed to. I don't know. It's just, my point is, it's just huge. It's just very nice. Well engineered, well designed. Okay, so let's get back to what I was talking about here. Come on this side. Come on the other side of me, Henry. This is the head. It has a magnet catch, so you can sit there and it holds the door open. You come in here. Okay, here I am. Get a good picture of this. I'm standing up. Okay, I'm 5'9", 5'10". My head, if I just try, my head touches, but I got plenty of room to move around with no problems with me squatting down. It has a sink. It has a storage underneath the cabinet. It has a pull-out faucet. You pull this out. It has a drain. It's all fiberglass. You can sit here and take a shower. Now this is where I was telling you about the rods in the compartment in front of us underneath the lounge seat. So when you're underway and you're not fishing, you want to store your rods can come through here, and you can store up to 16 rods, 7-8 feet long, very easily. Very easily in this boat. And then Also in the head, you have on this side, you have storage area, and you have the equal amount of storage area on this side, but you just can't see it. Remember a while ago, the ladder, the boarding ladder for the dive door? This is it. This is where you store that. So if you want to do some diving or swimming or whatever and use that door, this is where you take this ladder out and plug it into that stainless steel plate, and that goes over the side. Very nice. Here is the radio, and this comes down, and of course then you can load your CDs. And this is a brand new boat. I'm not going to dig into everything, but that's how you would access that. Window, friction hinge, so you can get some ventilation into your head. I can get in and out very easily. This door locks. So another thing I wanted to make a note of. Once again, I know you're gonna get tired of hearing this. I'm 5'9.5", 5'10", whatever. But look how deep this boat is. It comes to me right at the top of my thigh. Very, very safe boat. Low profile grab bow rails. So that way when you're fishing, you don't have a bow rail that's in your way. Very low profile. Up here also, the bow seating. Instead of having the traditional bow seats that run along the boat, this one cuts across the front of the bow. And it just gives the boat, I mean, very comfortable. Lean back and just sit here, and you know, got this, you can have the sunshade set up to where, and all this, and you're anchored up and you're just enjoying the day on the water. Very nice. Cup holders, there's storage under here. Big nice insulated box there, drains overboard. Has a big nice insulated box in the floor. Drains overboard. I believe this one drains overboard, or that one goes back down and gets pumped out over, you know, with a pump. I'm not positive about that, but I know this drain here drains overboard, but I think that one has a hose which drains down to the back of the boat, because I believe that's the bottom of that hatch is either on the water line or below the water line. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the anchor locker. Look at this. Look at that. Comes up so nice. Has a quick windlass system. You can control it with a controller, up and down, right? You can control it from the console. If you were to somehow lose power or something breaks or whatever, it's not likely going to break, but let's say it does. You have a hand crank that you can hand crank this to get back your anchor road if you need to. Now, it would be a workout, because if you have a lot of road out, yes, but at least you can get it in. You don't have to, you know. This has the lock on it. So let's say you let your anchor out, right? And then after, it's actually, no, this is for this. You got your cleat here to tie off your rope when you set your anchor. And what I meant, this is for, like, this particular boat, I believe it comes with 150 feet of chain. So if you're only in like 50 feet of water and so you don't have your rope exposed yet, this would be your chain lock if you wanted to lock your chain, so that way you don't have to wrap the chain around your bow or your cleat there. I mean, your anchor cleat. Okay. Fit and finish, excellent. You know, very nice. Big, heavy-duty cleats. Look at the side of it. Very nice hardware. Tempered glass. This is real glass, not isinglass or any plastic or acrylic or anything like that can get scratched. This is real glass. Windshield wiper works. I test drove this boat last weekend. There was a little bit of rain. Being behind this console, you doing 40 miles an hour, or say 30 miles an hour, we were cruising around, did get one drop of water on me from the rain, being behind this console. And when I needed to, the windshield wiper worked great. Also, this boat, and a lot of boat manufacturers are doing it. I don't know who started it. I don't, but this has a window vent that opens up, and it's curved. So the curvature of this vent, when it opens up, it actually enhances and kind of like scoops the air in here. So when you're underway on a hot day, you open up that vent, and man, it's just like if you didn't have a windshield in front of you. Nice breeze blowing through here. On this side, we have the console. We have 3 drawers. Look at that. It's very nice. Now, one particular thing that I'm going to do on the boat that I order is right here. We're going to use this space. See, the option that they give you is right in this area. You get a refrigerator, but I don't want the refrigerator. We're going to use coolers and ice. So I'm going to use this space. We're going to put a pull-out trash can receptacle here, so we can help keep the boat nice and tidy. The trash, just have a trash can on board, but yet you can close it and slide it out of the way. The boat has full foam. The way Boston Whaler builds their boat, the foam on this boat comes all the way up into the gunnels, has positive flotation. That's one of the reasons I want to get this boat. This is unsinkable. You get swamped, the boat's not going to tilt on you or capsize. It's just going to sit steady. And then if, let's say you were in a gigantic storm and you get beam C and the boat gets rolled over on you out there 50 miles offshore, and you could hang on to the boat and be a 33-foot life jacket. The boat's not going down. You will not lose this boat. I don't give it. You cut the boat in half, you'll have 2 pieces of a boat. You're not going to lose it. That's really sold me on Boston Whaler, because I've seen other boats. For example, I saw a 20-foot, or was it 19 or 21-foot Mako get filled up with water. It didn't sink, but there was so much water in the boat that when the captain of the boat shifted the water, all the water rolled to one side, and all of a sudden the boat just rolled over, completely upside down. Oh, he had a hell of a time. And this was at the boat ramp. He was able to save his boat and get it out, and whatever. But let's imagine if you were offshore and that happened. You don't want to go through that. And with a boat like this, you won't have to. You get swamped, yeah, you may, but eventually you'll be able to get with the overflow, with the scuppers going off the door. You open this door, your motors are going to still be above the water line. You'll be able to get the water off board, and keep on getting on. So anyway, I am very happy and pleased that I have made my mind up. I could not have made a better decision to go with the Boston Whaler and the type of fishing that I want to do with my family. The 330 Outrage is the model I'm going with.